Hi, baby. It's still printing. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jasmine. Elizabeth, Jenny, Joy. Hi, El Joy. I think I just talked to you. Amy, Warrior Princess, Debbie, Pisces, Virgo. My daughter finished the prayers, but it was like 18 pages, so it's still printing out. Hi, honey. Glad to see everybody. It's coming in fast. Now remember, you have to submit your prayer. You submit it to grendel9103@gmail.com. I look really pale. Sorry, I'm not sprucing myself up because I'm just doing the prayers, and y'all know I don't have to be spruced up all the time. Okay. So what the heck? Is it done? Oh my God, it's done. Okay. Whoa. Over 300 prayers. Okay, here we go. So let's do our breathing, you guys. Let's take a deep breath in. Happy birthday, Mimo. Breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out. And then another deep breath in. Breathe out. Should be a little bit high. I just saw like a group of like people, like they weren't angels, they were like female energy forms dancing in a circle, like dancing. Wonder if that's something that we should be looking at. So, okay, so we'll start with the prayers, but first I need you to do, okay, you did the deep breathe. Let's ask the realm to listen to our prayers and to help those that need the help and to help us too. We love you. We want only the best for mankind. Please let the ugliness of Washington, D.C. be ended sooner than later. I want to say a special prayer for Annette Bricka, who's lost her husband and she's still in the grieving mode. Pray that she can be lifted. We also need to pray for Sherry. Sherry is the one that has the Sherry is the one down south. She's going through some troubles right now. Her protein is real high in her urine, and she's lost like 40 pounds. So, Sherry, we send prayers out to you that you may be covered with the white light and that you get nothing but good news. Okay, now let's start. Elaine Tanner had her breast cancer surgery September 4th. Prayers for her quick recovery and clean bill of health. Carol, I'm asking for prayers for my health. Dom, prayers for my CT scan results to find nothing serious. C. Janice, for recovery from my surgery on my eye to remove a large tumor, and I'm beginning monitoring and follow-up treatments. Susan, please pray for my brother Eddie, who's fighting stage 4 lung cancer, and also my sister Deanna, who's dealing with chronic pain from surgery on her spine. I'm trying not to read your last names. When you submit, just put your first name and maybe your initial, because it's kind of private, you know. Michelle, please pray for my sister Debbie. She has been living with inoperable brain tumor, which has created migraines for years. She recently got she got COVID-19 again, even though she's been vaccinated. This led to an extremely serious sinus infection. The tumor is pushing on the skull, creating a blockage. Thank you, Jimmy. Oh my God, Jimmy, thank you. From Dallas. It's creating a pushing on the skull, creating a blockage. She has surgery on the 26th of September. Please pray her body will heal. She's a light worker and warrior for all of us. Sally, please continue prayers for my son Riley, who is clear of sepsis, but is now unable to get over his nausea, which is bringing his sodium levels down. He's being readmitted to the hospital. He's lost so much weight and he is so frail. Please pray for my son that he recovers soon. His 30th birthday is September 18th. Also, please pray for me. Absolutely, girlfriend. Pauline, please pray for my health. Diabetes has been getting out of control lately, and I've changed my eating to help control it. Funny how that diabetes, sometimes it just kind of resolves itself and then it comes right back. Okay. Okay, so now we have Sun. Please pray for my friend Jane, complete healing from lung cancer, possibly metastasized. Hold on, Mel's writing me, but I'll put him on quiet so I don't hear it. We got Jesus in the room, you know what I'm saying? My friend Jane, complete healing from lung cancer, possibly metastasized. Also, please pray for Sonam surgery on 9/18. Boy, 9/18. That's come and gone. Lori, that my friend Melanie gets a kidney transplant very soon. Also, that Lori gets a job. Tammy, please pray for my friend Elaine. She's very progressive. She has very progressive Parkinson's disease and skin cancer. Genevieve, please pray for my daughter who is dealing with serious medical issues. Rothan, my daughter-in-law Janelle has stage 4 colon cancer. Please pray for son Michael is dealing with pancreatic cancer and lesions in his brain. Oh, poor guy, which is causing brief seizures. Elizabeth, please pray for son-in-law to recover from sepsis. Stephanie, praying to get a job. Maureen, praying for unemployment. No, praying for employment, ideally for her degree. Maria prays for my multiple chronic condition, also my mom Edna, to qualify for a Kochler implant. Melissa, please pray for my son that he can keep his house in Warren, Michigan. Martha, Linda, please pray for my mom who lost half of her foot due to the infection from diabetes. Also, my aunt who had a stroke. Danette, prayers for my husband, Nevin, who is struggling with core and leg strength. Nicole and Jaden, prayers for Rob to find a good job. Pauline, please pray for my diabetes. Jay Shear, please pray for a child spouse who is suffering. Child spouse, that's interesting. Who is suffering with alcoholic addictions. Richard, please pray that I get a job. Connie, prayers for my arthritis in my neck. Morgan, for my full recovery and healing of GI issues. Continued health post-cancer. John, please pray that the stalker I have will be arrested soon. Oh, John, I'm so sorry. Jan, prayers for my grandson who is on leave from EMT job due to shoulder injury. How is he dealing with the depression and is caring for his 18-month-old son? Mary, please pray I can get a good dental care soon. Mac, prayers for Jeff Johnson, who is diagnosed with stage 4 kidney. Compost, please pray healing from my surgery and granddaughter's anxiety. Carol, asking for prayers that I find clues as to what to do to improve my digestive system, which was screwed up when I had abdominal surgery 4 years ago. Also, abnormal mammogram. I have to follow up this coming Monday. I'm almost 77, and my mom and her sister both had breast cancer. Also, my niece Amanda, who lost her baby before it was born in June, not at cord. She is surrounded by despair, but that baby's not gone. You be sure to tell her that. Raspberry, my friend B, is dealing with neurological and muscular issues and for my job search. Okay. Do you pray for my 82-year-old mother's health issues and for my brother and his family who is going through a divorce. Alejandra, please pray that my dad will see the light of day and kick my younger siblings out. Also, let my DACA application be approved. DACA. Okay. Marianne, please pray for my mom who is struggling with complications after her hysterectomy. Maureen, please pray for me and my daughter, Chelsea, that we may be returned in love and understanding. Pamela, please pray for me dealing with crippling pain for many years. June, prayers for Fred, who is getting treated for cancer, which is spread to his bones. Sarah, I would like to ask you to pray for my daughter, Erin. She works for the federal government. She may lose her job in January. Please pray for Tiffany, who just got a job and lost her job, that she gets good employment and she'll be fine. She's working for the vets. Julian Dennis prayed that Dennis continues with his wonderful improvement with his heart. Mary, please pray for complete and joyful health for Mikey, 2 years old, keeps getting fevers and has a low white blood cell count. Suzanne, please pray for pain relief and physical improvement of my lumbar degenerative disc disease. Oh, that's why I can't sit up for long periods of time. I've got that too. EJ, please pray for my siblings and our father to have healing from various illnesses and a reconciliation. Stacy, please say a prayer for my family in the Chicago area. May, prayers for my husband will have a successful kidney transplant. Katie, prayers for some healing energy for my right eye, which is fuzzy from macular degeneration. Helen, prayers for my job, been out of work for 2 years. Terry, please pray for my son who is suffering from mental health. Randy, please pray for complete healing from 24/7 vertigo. Oh, I had a huge episode today. I went to grab the dog food and went down and whoo, I almost fell in the closet. Jennifer, prayer for my mother, Katie, who recently found out she has a mass where the brain and spinal cord meet. Oh, Jesus. Elias, prayers for my brother, Michael, and his family. He is in hospice due to stage 4 cancer. Prayers for him to not walk alone in the afterlife. Patricia, please add my daughter, Michelle, who recently was diagnosed with MS. Julia, please pray for Julia. Oh, gotta go back. Sorry. Several subscribers wrote for prayers for Trey Reed and Corey Zukatis. Peace for their souls and their families. May the truth of their deaths be known and all involved held accountable. They were lynched. That I can tell you. Maddie, please pray for Paula recovering from a stroke and going through PT. Also pray for T, who's having surgery, and pray for Cher, who is diabetic and just had her toes amputated. Carol, prayers for my I thought she said asshole. Prayers for my asthma to be controlled. Kathleen, please pray for my son-in-law, Mike, who has been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. Oh, that's a terrible one. Cheryl, please pray for my sister. She has rheumatoid arthritis. Send the meds. The meds are not working. Ooh. My mom had that. It's a horrible. My auntie got it when she was in her 50s. Gina, please pray for my brother and his family. They just lost their 21-year-old son to a motorcycle accident. Jane, prayers for my husband, Scott. Dorothy, please pray that the Baker cyst be healed from the back of my left leg. Dawn, pray for my sister, Jean. She is hitting stage 4 double lung cancer. Her will and strong mind her will is and mind are strong, but we as a family are all scared. But scared of what? Scared of death? Don't be scared of death. She would be in paradise. But so you hand it to the realm, and the realm, that's what I did. And I said, into thy hands. And they saved me, but even if they didn't, I wouldn't have been in a horrible place. Jane, please pray for my husband, Scott. Dawn, pray for my sister, Jean. Oh, I just did that. Mike, pray for my mother, Teresa, who had a stroke 1 month ago and is suffering cognitive issues. Yvonne, prayers for recent diagnosis of stage 3 lung cancer, starting radiation on the 22nd. You fight that, because my dear friend, who is the drummer for Chicago, got stage 3 and got half of his lung removed, and he's still alive. It's been years. Yvonne, okay, I did her. Sean, prayers for my father, Greg, who's been battling cancer for 7 years. He's not doing well now. Is refusing any more treatments. And let him do what he wants. You open up that realm for him. Kathy, prayers for my back issues. Teresa, please pray for my 92-year-old mom who's having surgery. Phyllis, please pray for my niece, Bernita. She is starting chemo. Also, Caleb, who is already doing chemo. Jan B., please include me in your next prayer session. I'm recovering from eye surgery for a malignant eye tumor and losing vision in one eye. That sounds like a repeat, but Sally, please pray for my friend Rachel, who has bone cancer. Mary, please pray for LD, who is receiving chemo treatments. Also for JG, suffering from heart and kidney problems. DT, prayers for my upcoming cancer treatments. Eileen, pray for Patrick Hudson. He's in renal failure, undergoing daily dialysis. Helen, I'm having problems with SVT arrhythmia. Prayers for my upcoming ablation on the 25th. So that's coming up. Carol, I would like to request prayer for my friend Carol D. She is suffering from shingles. Oh, they say that's really painful. Lynn, please add Amy to your prayers. She has colon cancer in several locations. She's facing 18 months of chemo and radiation. Jane, prayers for Lynn in Scottsdale. Her ovarian cancer has returned. Damn, poor thing. Surgery scheduled for Monday, September 15th. Barbara, prayers for relief of arthritis pain in my knees. Kelly, prayers for my mom, Liz, who last year was diagnosed with leg sarcoma. She had radiation and surgery. They said they got it all. She now has a new sarcoma in her upper rib near her breast. We are worried and terrified of losing her. Pray she'll be healthy again. Dan, please continue to pray for me. My CT scan shows early signs of lung cancer, and I worry about my 6-year-old grandson, Jacob, who I am legal guardian of. Take care of the early. You can fight the early and win. Karen, prayers for my friend of my husband, Dan, who just found out he has probable brain cancer. Ooh. Sally, prayers for my son, Riley, who is still in the hospital with a small bowel ailment that has forced Riley to get nutrition by TPN. He's doing much better, but we are hoping for a speedy recovery. Maria, prayers for my health, also that my son and his wife will let me see my grandchildren. Renee, prayers that my husband Jerry and I have a safe and healthy 2-week trip. Linda, prayer for me to get enough money to keep paying my bills and mortgage. Rory, I would like to ask for prayers for healing for my sister Laura and her brother Philippe from cancer. Sylvia, prayers for Joni D, who started chemo last Friday. May the outcome be successful. Nicole, prayers for my friend Natalie, who's suffering from many spiritual and health-related hurdles, praying for her to have peace and calm come over her. Okay. Linda, due to a number of stressful situations, fibromyalgia symptoms have become more severe. Praying for overall health. Jill, please pray for my former daughter-in-law to end the negative / dark cycles and relationships so that good / light things and people can come through in her life. Peggy, please pray for my friend's husband that he gets clarity and peace of mind for his mental health. Ron, please pray for my friend's husband that he's getting clarity and peace of mind for his mental health. Wait. Uh-oh. Two same prayers for Peggy and Ron. Patricia, prayers for Warren, my 8-month-old grandson who's having surgery this Thursday. Maureen, prayers for my son Andrew, who's been suffering from excruciating back pain these last few years. Praying that the realm puts the people that he needs to help him through on this path. Anna, prayers for my dad. He has horrible back pain and struggling with COPD. Also prayers for my brother who lives with them. Carrie, for my dad and mom while dad fights advanced prostate cancer. Terry, prayers for the best outcome for my brother Frank's breast biopsy. Also, my brother Bill, who's struggling with sciatica, and prayers for Terry, who's struggling with arthritis. Lori, asking for prayers for my husband battling aggressive bladder cancer, stage 3, currently undergoing chemo. Karen, can you please do prayers for my 94-year-old mom who's currently in the hospital with a cracked pelvis and other issues, and prayers for Karen who is dealing with Lyme disease. Please pray again for my granddaughter to find a full-time job. She's trying so hard and still no luck. And let me tell you, this is going around, my friend. It's not her fault. Prayers for TLM, prayers for mother who recently got heartbreaking health news, and for me while I'm taking care of her, working full-time. Prayers for energy and that I can give her the love and strength. I'm also praying for the country. Melissa, prayer for our 22-year-old daughter that she's able to find a job. Bridget, prayers for James that his eye surgery next week is successful and he regains his vision in his left eye. Prayers for Bridget that her writing career takes off this year and exactly the right people. Prayers for Jeer that her heart, or maybe it's Jane, it says Jere, that her heart mends and her grief lifts from her family members passing away recently. Okay. Question 106. Paula, big, huge prayers for son Paul, who has sent out over 3,500 resumes without a job for 18 months. Wanda, prayers that Scott B. will get the perfect job. Madeline, please pray for my dad who was in later stage dementia, that he finds peace. Deborah, prayers for my 8-year-old autistic grandson, that he can learn to speak. Kathy, please send healing and loving light for my brother Brandon, who has ALS, and brother David, who has dementia. Dana, prayers to continue to keep me safe with thanks, bringing prosperity for important new chapters coming soon. Teresa, could you pray for my cousin Janet and her son Max? Both are battling cancer. Michelle, prayer for my daughter that her health improves. She needs to work. Sally, prayers for my little sister who has stage 4 lung cancer. Linda, prayers for my regaining my leg strength, recovering from diabetes foot wound. Brittany, prayers that I find a good paying job closer to home. RR, prayers that my major dental work this week, root canal possible extraction, and I would like prayers for my procedure to go well. J, prayers for all the children in the USA and over the world, especially those in war-affected areas. Also, prayers for my mom, Maria. Jolie, please continue to pray for my cousin, Milton, who is doing much better, blood and lungs. Amanda, prayer that my job is spared and that I will continue to work remotely. Star, asking for prayers for my son, Kingsley. He needs to secure a place to live. Elisa, prayers for my youngest son and other young people who are out of work. WC, prayers for my mom who is having a UTI and respiratory issues. Ellen G, prayers for her double vision eyesight. Doug, please pray for the healing of my post-shingles neuralgia. Karen, please pray and send healing for me. I recovered from cancer 2 years ago. I just found out I have it again. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Monique, please pray for my mom. She's 91 with a lot of health issues. Kidney, lungs. She just got off Jardinettes. Her name is Valine Melissa. Please pray for my boyfriend, Victor. He had an accident with a mower a month ago and had 2 toes amputated. Most of the incision has healed, but there's part that isn't. Okay, Jane, I'm asking prayers for my neighbor Adrian. He's been battling bladder cancer for 3 years. He now's been told it's terminal, and he has about 6 months. He's 51 and has an 8-year-old son. Oh, may God wrap his arms around him. That's so sad. Okay. Okay. Alicia, prayers for me and my kids and everyone I love. Janet, please send prayers for relief from insomnia and depression. Deborah, please pray for my friend Rosie, who's suffering from an aggressive form of ALS. Veronica, can you do prayers for my sister and I? We have a sitter with dementia, and we are trying to get an older sister plus one other off of her power of attorney. Melissa, for prayers for niece Zoe, who lives in New Hampshire and is looking to work a new enterprise. Hope she finds what she wants. Monica, prayers my niece that she heals from back surgery. Eric, please pray for the highest good for myself and my mother concerning our health. Elizabeth, healing prayer for my son Byron, who has mental illness. Gina, prayers for my father and husband, who both have prostate cancer. Julie, prayers for my brother John, who's starting chemo/radiation for cancer growth found in one of his kidneys. His current health condition would make living on one kidney impossible, and he would probably have to be on dialysis. It's Walina. Please pray for my family and the U.S. and those that seem divided over our nation events. Please bring it all together. Maria, prayers for my mom's health. Her name is Teresa, and she has been off Keytruda a year now, but still has cancer. Also, prayers for me too, hoping to get a new consulting client in November and stay working from home. Okay. Hold on. Hold the bus. The pages are so crisp, they're sticking together. Kimberly, please pray for me that my cousin Yolanda defeats her breast cancer. Tracy, my daughter celebrated 1 year sober yesterday. Please pray for my son and his beautiful family to find sobriety. Stu Words, prayers for Bill Ybarra, who has Parkinson's. Kathleen, pray for my friend Chavez. He's only 55, but was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They say it is spread, and he's in severe back pain. They are doing radiation. I pray this shrinks the cancer. Lori, please pray for me. I'm trying to pull myself out of depression, but I feel like God doesn't care about me. Well, that's your vision. God cares about all of us. It's interesting you would go there, that you say he doesn't care. Just talk to him and stop your mind for a minute and listen and see what it says. But it's a terrible feeling to have that. Caradwin, please pray for my 72-year-old husband, Ellis, who is struggling after his recent stroke, asking for God to heal him. Teresa, praying for my friend who has been sick and that I'm able to get an SSDI attorney. Patricia, prayers for Memphis, and our governor is allowing to deploy the National Guard to our city, majority of Black with Black mayor. I'm worried because Trump is ranting. Trump is going to be gone pretty soon, you guys. Oh, thank you, Lupe. Please send good thoughts. Adelina, pray for my mom and sister to get off drugs. My sister has my mother, and she's going downhill big time. Prayers for my kids, nieces, and nephews. Carol, prayers for me after losing my husband 2 months ago. I'm having a hard time. New York Copperpenny, prayers for my husband who needs healing of his foot and back. Beverly, last year my 32-year-old grandson was diagnosed with IgA neuropathy. His kidney function was 30% and on a 5-year wait for a transplant. This spring he graduated top of his class in nuclear med. Joe married only 4 years ago and worries about his 15-year-old brother who's dyslexic. Prayers, please. Russell, please pray for my husband Christopher to find a new call as a priest since he recently moved. Christopher, prayers for Lydia. She has pancreatic cancer. She was a pharmacist and the wife of a student of mine. Celia, prayers for my son and family as we recently in August received a call from police to pick up our 4-year-old granddaughter as her mom had threatened to drive her car into the ocean while my granddaughter was in the car. CPS got involved, and my son now has my granddaughter. Well, I'm glad about that, sweetie. Stephanie, prayers that my clinical hypnotherapist and Reiki practitioner business attract new paying clients. Paula, I pray for a world where we don't have to wake up to news of wars. Vincent, please pray for my cat Wally and his body may heal and that he may grow in strength and my mom's immune system will support her more and that my dad may find help and relief in ways he hasn't imagined. That's a nice prayer. Karen, continue prayers for my ongoing chemo infusions, also for my dear friend Joanne. She still has not found a job. Ingrid, please pray for healing and reversal of heart failure. Luigi, prayers for my friend Kate, who is all alone in a new place and just has been released from the hospital and may not be able to work and has no savings. Martha, prayers for angry people to seek and receive peace for themselves and those around them. Maureen, that the people of Gaza, Palestine, and everyone else living there, including the healthcare workers, first responders, doctors, nurses, volunteers, trying to stave famine and certain death for so many, and all the folks from other countries regain their land and soon know lasting peace. Karen, please pray for my adopted daughter who went no contact when she left for college. Lynn, my sister's son, a 52-year-old man, has been living with her for the past year. He got lost in drugs and alcohol after his divorce and ended up getting shot several times. He's now in a wheelchair and does not have use of his legs. He is verbally abusive to her. He is mentally unstable. He tried to kill her several times. So why is he still living there? He needs to go. She does not feel she can put him out on the street. No, she doesn't go in the street. He's disabled. He can go into a home. It's starting to wear her down. She wants to get help, but nothing seems available for someone with both physical and mental illness. We'll pray for her, but she needs to get him out. Brigida, please pray for my brother's health and welfare. Marilyn, dear Linda, I was diagnosed with acute myeloma leukemia in April. I'm being treated at UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I have Medicare and Medicaid to help with all the medical, but I'm hoping for successful bone marrow transplant or I won't live long. I'm required to have caregivers for 100 days after the hospitalization, free room next to the hospital. And that cost is prohibitive. Please pray for financial help. Absolutely, girlfriend. So, well, we're down to 3 more pages, you guys. No, 4 more pages. Okay, Debbie, please pray for our family. Just some prayers for calming everyone's life for a change. And please pray for my sister Elle. She has 3 boys of her own, and they took 2 foster brothers, 6 and 7. Their parents are both in jail. Maggie, I'm having a uterus biopsy tomorrow morning because the lining is too thick. We could use prayers. CJ, I have non-Hodgkin stage 4 aggressive follicular lymphoma, still doing chemo. I put it in God's hands, starting to get worried more that my 4 rescued fur babies. I'm alone and could use a few prayers. Absolutely. And be sure to put it in God's hands again. Diana, prayer for my friend Denise having shoulder replacement on Friday. Surviving poet, prayers for the United States to resist trappings of anger and fear. Feel what's true despite the onslaught of lies and heal the wounds that divide us. Prayers to help me let go lingering fears and looping flashbacks from an abusive childhood for the courage to take a leap of faith and leave the past behind. Cassandra, prayers for my stepbrother, George, who has been really sick and in the hospital with congestive heart failure. He's only 42 and still has small children. Oh, we got to pray for him. Grace, my child is trans and I'm terrified for them and their friends who are also trans. Can you pray for their safety? Absolutely. Nora, please pray for all African Americans in the United States because this administration is targeting us. Absolutely. Margaret, I'm requesting prayers to help me with my crazy thoughts into stories on paper. I feel I'm not getting anywhere in my life. Well, hand it over, girlfriend. Melissa, my sister Kat, was hit and killed, leaving behind 7 2-week-old babies. Aw. Please pray for Stormy and her babies and for my sister Barbie. She has to replenish the babies to foster to ensure the baby's survival. And my sister isn't handling this well. Our hearts are broken. My sister found her and buried her. She's not healing well. Please pray for her, Stormy, and the babies. My sister and I, our family need prayer. We're very close to animals. Absolutely. Beth, on September 11th, my great nephew became a victim of SIDS and life support was removed on September 13th. When we recorded his death. 1 year and 1 day later, we lost my mother. This past Saturday, my mother's younger sister, my last surviving aunt, had a stroke. She elected hospice. Emotionally, I'm struggling. Let her choose what she wants. And the death isn't the bad part. It's the living that's hard. 181. I don't mean to be scolding, but I just want to tell you, if you could see what I see, you wouldn't worry at all. Linda, please pray for my estranged brother who has a rare form of bone cancer. Also pray for my niece's husband who's fighting pancreatic cancer. Ali, prayers for my brother and his wife. They have been waiting 3 years to move into a new home and are still being given access by the developer, hoping and praying they will be in by Christmas. Liz, prayers to regain my ability to walk again and regain my health. Katie, prayer of gratitude to my universe because my daughter, who is 26, has been suffering since she was at least 13 with depression and various other disorders, just completed her 3rd step and 12-step program, and she's living in a sober living's house. Also prayers to my sister Kirsta, who has been kind of lost in life. Prayers to please help her with motivation, clarity, and stamina. And those people who seem lost, if you do something where you help others, go down and work a kitchen or a shelter, you'll notice that start to subside. I'm not saying you all have to be kumbaya, but I'm just saying go outside of yourself. Pray that I get my act together and finish, then publish 2 books and they become bestsellers. Okay, Irene. Happy Cece, please pray that we find a way to pay off our debt without hurting us financially. Mannix Girl, on August 25th, my cousin's husband was in a bad motorcycle accident. He was hit from behind and wasn't wearing a helmet. He had part of his skull removed and is currently in a coma. Prayers for a miracle. And most importantly, prayers for my cousin and their 3 children. Jennifer, please pray for this nation and my health, which is affected by this nation. Please pray for my daughter, gets her streaming series and movie she is producing sold as soon as possible. This is from We're One. Christine, pray for my sister Mary, that she has some peace from the many stresses in her life. Lynn, please continue to help me in your prayers as I go through a journey with stage 4 lung cancer and brain metastasis. Oh gosh, Lynn, sure will. Sorry, honey. Helen, please add a prayer for my niece, Michelle, who is currently in long-term care. Pray that she works with a therapist to be able to walk and be mobile again. She's not even 60 years old yet. Yvette, could you please pray for my older brother, Edward? Carrie, this is the first time asking for prayers for Jake. He was testing a zip line at his house to make sure it was safe for the kids, and it snapped. His C5, C6 spinal cord injury. Prayers for healing and strength. Okay. Here we go. Another page, another page. Lynn, please send prayers from my sister Stephanie, who is losing her sight and had severe COPD and is on oxygen. Tracy, my daughter celebrated 1 year sober yesterday. Please pray for my son and beautiful family. Prayers for my cousin Tina, who was diagnosed with cancer. Prayers for my brother and sister's health. Von Sile, please pray for me. I'm 53 years old and just had to move in with my mother after being diagnosed with early stage Alzheimer's. Lynn, please pray for me and my husband to get a good job very soon, living under financial struggles. Barbara, prayers for relief of arthritis. Patty, please send out prayers for my amazing son, Dominic. He's 23 and struggling with his mental health and finding his way out of darkness. Kay, I'm writing for prayers for my complete healing of my fractured kneecap and breast cancer. I want to get up and be active again. I'm 76 years old. That's young. Lori, prayers that I get a new job right now. I'm grateful for my new job and our new home and our new car. I'm grateful for prosperity, perfect health, happiness, and protection. Thy will be done. Lori, prayers that my friend Melanie gets a kidney transplant. Christine, prayers the protection from a neighbor who's mentally unstable and seems to be aggressively confronting myself and other residents. Eileen, pray that my eye imperfections clear up without surgery. A prayer for member Amy Bagan, who's recently diagnosed with heart failure. Oh, Amy, yeah, I just talked to Amy. Gina, prayer for my niece friend Franco. He was born in Peru, but he lived in the U.S. most of his life. He's in his 20s, and his alcoholic mother never applied for citizenship. Angela, please pray for my daughter-in-law, Jessica, who's 46. We just found out that she has stage 4B breast cancer. Dorothy, prayers for complete and total healing of my back body after an injury to my back. McKinn, I'm asking for prayers for my adult daughter who's having much pain in her hip and back. Patricia, prayers for guidance and prayers for kidney health. Antone, pray for my nephew Mark, a recovered alcoholic. He has been sober for nearly 7 years and now transitional living facility where he's been living and working will close by October 17th due to federal funding cuts. He will have no place to live, no job or income. Jerry, diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Ellen, please pray for me. I need to find reliable, affordable health. Mary Lilla, please pray for Chris and his wife Trish and their 5 children. He was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer a month ago and now is in hospice. Robin, please pray for my homeless son Sean, that he accepts and help and gets approved for housing. Catherine, please continue to pray that I finally get rewarding permanent government job that will help me pay off my student loans. Lorena, praying for a full-time job. Elizabeth, please pray for my son who's suffering from mental illness. Aldelia, please pray for my health and my son that he finds work soon. Virginia, please pray for Karen, BFF of my daughter since childhood, for good, happy results from breast cancer biopsy on Thursday. She is like a daughter to me, and she just turned 50. Susie, please pray for me and everyone who feels unable to pay the high rent and food prices, also have kids and fur babies. Also, good luck and good fortune to me as I hit the road with my pets to live in my vehicle to save up money. Tracy, I could use some prayers. Going through a tough time, trying to stay calm, but I need a job and I'm behind in bills and still have some health issues. I just want some peace. Sandra, prayers for you. I need you. Prayers for, but I need you. My horse, Daphne, was just diagnosed with EPM, a serious neurological disease that is often fatal. I started her on the required medication, 28-day course, and I will need to buy 2 rounds. 1 round costs $950. Prayers for Daphne. Liz, been out of work many months. Pray for a great job. Elizabeth and Nanette requesting prayers for 100-year-old Mary Jane Irby, that she has the most benevolent outcome. Okay. Terrell, prayers for my cousin Jim Smith, is ongoing stage 4 lung cancer, also a diabetic. And prayers for Doug, who after months of job hunting got a job he loves and just told it would end in 26. Carla, prayers for my son that he finds a way to get some help and get better. Prayers for my spinal problems. Sandra, I am praying to request prayers for my son Daniel. Thank you guys all for coming in to help with the prayers. For my son Daniel, 17, he's been experiencing pain since Tuesday. I took him to see his pediatrician, couldn't find out the obvious cause, so she ordered an ultrasound. So we'll find out on the 22nd, so that's tomorrow. Deanne asked prayers for her newborn grandson in NICU with respiratory distress. Judy prays for relief from reoccurring nosebleeds that have left her weak and distressed. Annie prays for healing from advanced breast cancer. Michelle asks for strength in battling ulcerative colitis. Sally asks prayers for her son Riley's full recovery from sepsis. Jessica asks prayers for her cat Kimball losing weight undiagnosed. Pauline prays for healing from neuropathy in her hands. Kathy in Michigan asks prayers for her daughter undergoing ovarian surgery for stability in the family. Diana prays for relief from fatigue and joint pain. Rosetta asks prayers for her sister Tina's treatment and her family's health. Robin prays for her daughter Deborah, just diagnosed with a tumor in her jaw. Ruth Jean asks prayers for Reverend Donna Serpania, grieving her dog's sudden illness after losing her daughter. Renee asks prayers for her cat Babsy, found to have a lung mass. Thea asks prayers for her mother Donna, who has stage 4 cancer, heart, kidney disease. Tim asks prayers for Richard, recovering from detached retina. Annie asks prayers for friends battling cancer, back pain, and cysts. Sandra asks prayers for her daughters Sammy and Sarah's well-being, her mom Celia's health, and her own stability. Mike asks prayers for Mother Teresa, recovering from a stroke. Iris prays for healing as she prepares for gastric surgery. Stephanie asks prayers for her mom Yvonne, who just suffered an aneurysm. Dom asked prayers for his lung scan after a suspicious nodule was found. Brenda would like to pray for her brother Brent, who is self-employed and struggling with severe back pain. Sandra prays for stepmother Carmen. She is dealing with weight loss and stomach pain. Jen, prayers that my son will get a job soon. Aaron, prayers that I get a job soon. Patricia, please pray for me to find community and friendship in my new location. Celia, please pray for my son Rodell, who is in jail for almost a month, praying for the truth will prevail. Joy asks for Nicole, age 50, who's been struggling with addiction for 15 years, and her mom Lillian, age 88, who had to set boundaries. Lavon, prayers for protection and guidance for my son Aaron, who is sober 3 years and struggling. Arlene, prayers for my grandson Aaron, who is struggling with depression, that he will find a job soon. Sydney, prayers for a new career and sale of affordable home. Rita, prayers for my son Scott to find a job. Jolene, prayers for her son who's having cardiac surgery. Please pray for Rosa. Prayers for Adam to find good paying job quickly and a nice place to live when his son visits. Francie, prayers for my son and all his public school colleagues who are dealing with budget cuts. Okay. Last page. Oh, holy cow. Ron, prayers that I will get an agent, good job as a writer with TV or film. Betty, prayers for my daughter's unemployment will come in her favor. Marcia, prayers that my son Jeffrey has his mob for the movie that he's bringing to completion. Sandra, prayers for my upcoming job interview. PJ asks prayers for his son Eli as he starts a new school year. Lucy, prayers for my sister who passed away July 31st. Her son did not have a memorial, just buried her, and my heart is hurting. She doesn't care, trust me. That memorial's for you, it's not for her. Just know that she's in a good place. Daniel, prayers for air traffic controllers who lost for a air traffic controller who lost her son to suicide. Denise is asking for urgent prayers dealing with grief of losing her son to an overdose, followed by her mother-in-law, she loved, along with car troubles, money, and failing back. Ask God to help and more. Car, please, prayers. I receive a refund I requested. Donna, prayers for a suitable job. Prayers for the well-being of Sandra, Celia, Sarah, and Sammy. Prayers for Linda, her son, and grandsons with difficult behavioral issues. Prayers for Rachel, who just signed a plea deal to do 2 years in prison. Paula would like to pray that her son finds a job. Joan, please pray that my finances as well as my daughter's improve. Meg, prayers for family, finances, and health. Lisa, prayers for a job. Carol, please pray for youngest grandson who has ADD and is managing college. Candle, prayers for better housing. Anne, prayers for co-workers, daughter Sarah. Joanne, prayers that my daughter Kim doesn't get foreclosed. Prayers for Gemma, who is looking for a permanent job. Prayers for Kim, worried about losing her job. Brenda, prayers for my son who's trying to get visitation with the little girl, his little girl. Lynn, prayers for son Drew is returning back to work. Jamie, prayers for a full-time job and safe place to live. Bobby, prayers for her dog Ted. Michelle asked for prayers for Daisy. Susanna and Shannon asked prayers for starving children at Gaza. Lori asked prayers for hearts and MAGA followers to soften. Helen asked prayers for niece Karen facing reoccurring breast cancer at age 50. Victoria asked prayers for her husband Paul beginning radiation for tongue cancer. Catherine asked prayers for 24-year-old Jake undergoing brain surgery for a tumor. You guys, we did it. Yay. Prayers to all. So let's close this out. We did 300. Well, actually over 300 prayers. Thank you, Nicole, for piecing it all together, honey. You worked hard. You worked hard. Okay. So here we go. We're going to do the circles. We have a lot for healing. So let's do the green first. Okay. Let's do the green. And then let's put gold around the green because that's for money. Even those trying to heal need money. So we'll do that. Boy, I sure look pale, you guys. I just rolled out of bed and started doing things this morning. Okay. And then magenta around the gold. And then I'm doing an orange color too. I don't know why I get that orange, but let's put that orange. And then let's do a shimmery golden, not golden, silvery light all around it. And it's shimmering, it's sparkling, it's shimmering around this ball, okay, of colors. Thank you, Water. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, with all the prayers and wishes. Boom. Thy will be done. And I hope you guys are practicing getting out of your own head and knowing that you guys are all wonderful, and talk to them. Tell them. Just talk away and tell them what you need, what you want. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. If you're not sleeping, if you're anxious, that means you're not in consciousness. To be in consciousness, you don't worry as much. You just go with the flow. Okay, you guys. Thank you, Lucy and Lisa, Water Lily, Nicole, Equus, Ron, Unconditional Love. Thank you. I did Water Lily, I think. Kevin Lewis, medium. Hi, Kevin. Equus. Okay, you guys. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Thank you for anyone that helped us with this. Thank you for the donations. And God love you. May there be peace on earth, and let it begin with us. Cheers, everyone.